Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25-yard line. Carry from Marlon Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll run it. It's Mack. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
The left side completion to Jones.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From midfield now, Burrow. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Brian Burns drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 16, Prescott. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. He finds his target, Fuller. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Will Fuller, 84 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Miami.
Looking to pass. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 2nd down, Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
chance of wasting this great starting field position a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Johnson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Dolphins 3.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's the option. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free.
Down at the 30.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Burrow will throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position He's actually utilized more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah. And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week, it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
At the 43-yard
first down carry here for Johnson. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
At the 26-yard line.
Prescott off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Prescott.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
To try again after the sack. Prescott, open man is Samuel, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
The score, Chiefs 14, Dolphins 3.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
It's a loss.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Flush to his right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety back.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain. Because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
Third and long for Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A 30-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So not sure how they feel about that. They have golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First down, Miami.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
At the Chiefs' 42-yard line.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And that is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop.
Turnover on down.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 42. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He completes this one to Mack. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Complete to Marlon Mack. Out of bounds across midfield at the 48.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
John Brown on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Roberto Sanchez set to kick.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On first and 10, Prescott. That's going to be caught by Samuel. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Prescott on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
To the air again, Prescott. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And again, it's Prescott. Underneath for Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Ty Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now...
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. His pass caught at the 4. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now Burrow. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20,
it's
10,
they pay me. I'll do this for free.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Pick picked off by Michael Davis. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Ty Johnson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And now here is another interception. Picked off here, the 32. And the return will stop right around the 25. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in the... ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned it.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. 25 yards. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out?
I didn't have mine. You got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for a nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Dolphins 6. Dustin Hopkins.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases. Whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Chop that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
At his own 7-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. He'll get this complete to his running back, Bowden. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Starting the drive with a give to back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be third down. Allen. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
To the air, Allen sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Johnson. What a spin. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number.